Good day, grade 7 students. Welcome to our mathematics class. This is Ma'am Sheila, your study buddy, and let's have fun learning math. For today's lesson, we are going to discuss the different kinds of angles. And here is the most essential learning competency for this lesson. The learner classifies the different kinds of angles, and for you to do that, here are the enabling competencies. First, the learner estimates the measurement of an angle, and second, the learner describes and represents an angle using real or tangible objects. Before we classify an angle, let us first recall what an angle is. An angle is a union of two rays with a common endpoint. This common endpoint is called the vertex of the angle, while the two rays that meet at the vertex are called the sides of the angle. Based on our figure, we can name the vertex as point A, while the sides can be named as ray AB and ray AC. So how do we name this angle? There are three ways of naming an angle. First, we can use the vertex of the angle, which means that the first name of this angle is angle A, since A is the vertex of the angle. Next is by using three capital letters. Okay, so as you can see, we have 3 points on the angle, namely point B, point A, and point C. So how do we arrange these letters to form the name of the angle? Make sure that the vertex should always be placed in the middle, okay, which means that another name for this angle is angle BAC or angle CAB. Take note, A is in the middle. Lastly, we can name this angle using a number. Suppose there is a number here in the interior of the angle. We can use this number as the name of the angle, which means that this angle can also be called as angle 1. So last quarter, we already discussed how to measure an angle. Again, the measure of an angle is written in units called degrees. And we measure an angle using an instrument called protractor. Okay, so let's say we have here a protractor. Okay. So as you can see, a protractor has two scales. We have the inner and the outer scale, and again we can use either of the two scales to measure an angle. Let's say I want to measure this angle and I'm going to use the outer scale. So what I'm going to do is first to align the vertex of the angle here, right here in the intersection of these two lines. Okay, so since our protractor is transparent, we can easily see the vertex of the angle, and we can easily align it here in the middle of the protractor. Okay, so next is we are going to align one of the sides of the angle to 0. Okay, and since the 0 in the outer scale is right here in the right side, so we are going to turn or rotate our protractor until one of the sides crosses 0 degrees. Okay, so let's say this one. So just like this. So as you can see, one of the sides crosses 0 degrees. Okay, so what we are going to do next is to read where the other side crosses the outer scale, okay, and that is right here at 40, meaning the measurement of this angle is 40 degrees. Okay, so what if I want to use the inner scale? So what I'm going to do is to rotate again our protractor until the other side crosses 0 in the inner scale. Okay, so rotate, and then okay. So just like this. And again, we're going to read the measurement where the other side crosses the inner scale. And again, it is at 40. Okay? So again, the measure of this angle is 40. Okay? So regardless of the scale you used, you will still get the measurement, which is 40 degrees. Okay? So I think this kind of protractor is the most common or most familiar to you, since it's available at bookstores and school supply stores. But did you know that there are still more instruments or tools that can measure an angle? So let me show you some. Here are some measuring tools or instruments which are mostly used in the fields of construction, carpentry, or even in building furnitures. These instruments not just measure angles, but some of them are being used to copy or transfer angles. The variety of instruments indicate that measuring angles accurately is vital to ensuring that any infrastructure or project will be successful. Angles are carefully used not just for aesthetic reasons, but more importantly for practical reasons, since it can help save time, labor, and cost. Just like in the following landmarks of Tanawan City, Batangas, as you can see, angles were not used only for aesthetic designs, but also to ensure the quality and stability of each infrastructure. If you need more practice on measuring angles using protractor, you may visit the link below and try to answer the quiz's activity entitled Measuring Angles. So now, let us proceed with the classification of angles. And the first kind of angle is the acute angle, and it measures more than 0 degree but less than 90 degrees. Any measurement that falls in between 0 and 90 is considered acute. Examples are 18 degrees, 45 degrees, 33 degrees, 88 degrees, 22.5 degrees, and 7 degrees. For a realistic example, let's have a slice of pizza here. So as you can see, the sides of the pizza form an acute angle. For the second type of angle, we have the right angle. And a right angle measures exactly 90 degrees. Nothing more, nothing less, but exactly 90 degrees. Okay, so a small square in the interior of an angle indicates that the angle is right. Even without the 90 degrees written in the interior of the angle, we can surely say that the angle is right because of this small marking. Remember, only right angles have a square mark. Okay, other angles have curve markings. One of the best example of a right angle is the angle formed by the consecutive sides of a window pane. So as you can see, the consecutive sides are perpendicular to each other, and again, perpendicular lines form 90-degree angles. The third kind of angle is the obtuse angle, and it measures more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. Again, any measurement that falls in between 90 degrees and 180 degrees can be considered obtuse. Okay, so remember, a 90-degree angle is shaped like an L. So meaning if the measurement is greater than 90, then the opening of the angle would be wider than an L. Okay, so in that case, that will be an obtuse angle. So examples are 120 degrees, 95 degrees, and 145 degrees. And for our realistic example, we have here a hospital bed forming an obtuse angle. The fourth kind of angle is the straight angle, which measures exactly 180 degrees. As the name implies, a straight angle looks like a straight line because the sides form opposite rays. Just like this young boy, okay? So his arms are outstretched in opposite directions, forming a straight line. So meaning his arms form a straight angle. Last but definitely not the least is the fifth kind of angle, which is the reflex angle. It measures more than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. So any measurement that falls in between 180 and 360 degrees is considered a reflex angle. For example, we have here angles measuring 240 degrees, 330 degrees, and 270 degrees. You may be wondering why these angles look similar to the angles that we discussed earlier. Upon looking at each figure, you might be seeing only one angle, but actually, there are two angles here, the smaller angle and the larger angle. The smaller angle may be acute, obtuse, or right, but the larger angle is always a reflex angle. So, to emphasize the angle that we are trying to identify, always put its measurement in the interior of that angle, or better use a curved line that traces the rotation of the sides of the angle. Just like in the two given pictures here, the reflex angle was being traced by the green curved line. Okay? So let us recall the different kinds of angles that we discussed. First is the acute angle that measures more than 0 but less than 90 degrees. Second is the right angle that measures exactly 90 degrees. Third is the obtuse angle that measures more than 90 but less than 180 degrees. Fourth is the straight angle that measures exactly 180 degrees. And last, the reflex angle that measures more than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. So, if you will notice, the different angles is arranged in increasing order, which means that the smallest of the five angles is the acute angle and the largest is the reflex angle. So the order of the angles from lowest to greatest is acute, so like this one, so acute angle followed by the right angle, and then the obtuse angle, straight angle, and lastly the reflex angle. Okay, so now I want you to determine the kind of angle which is being illustrated by each of the following pictures that I will be showing you. First is a folding hand fan. What angle is being illustrated by the edge of the hand fan? Correct. It is an obtuse angle. Of course, to achieve the maximum cooling effect from this hand fan, we have to open or fold it to its maximum degree, especially nowadays that we are experiencing really a hot season, right? Next is an ice cream cone. What angle is being illustrated by the shape of the cone? Correct. It is an acute angle. Ice cream cones are designed like this for us to efficiently hold our favorite ice creams. The third object is a dental drill or handpiece. What angle is being illustrated by this object? Correct. It is a reflex angle. Dental drills are designed this way to allow the dentist to reach the back of the upper teeth without causing too much discomfort to the patients. So how about the angle formed by the legs of this young lady? Correct. It is a straight angle since her legs form a straight line. For you to become a great dancer, flexibility is essential not only because it enriches the look of your dance moves, but also it reduces the risk of injuries. For the last object, what angle is being illustrated by this wall bracket? Correct! This is a right angle. Wall brackets are shaped in 90 degrees so that the objects being laid on top of the shelf will not fall on the ground or lean against the wall. So now, it's your turn to show us some angles. Look for an object or a specific part of your home that illustrates an angle and classify that angle. Take a picture of that object and show us by posting it in the given Padlet link below. Don't forget to follow this format. Include your name, the specific part of the object, and the kind of angle. Okay, so now let us practice how to classify angles. How do you classify the first angle? Correct! This is an obtuse angle since 125 degrees is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. How about the second angle? You are right! This is a right angle because it measures exactly 90 degrees. How about the third angle? Very good! This is an acute angle since 30 degrees is greater than 0 but less than 90 degrees. How about the fourth angle? Amazing! So this is a reflex angle since 310 is greater than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. How about the last angle? Excellent! So this angle is a straight angle because it measures exactly 180 degrees. Congratulations! Now you know how to classify an angle. Can you try to answer this activity by yourself? Get a sheet of paper and answer all the items. You may pause this video while doing the activity and play it when you're done. Good luck, and you may start now. Okay, you're done. Let's see if you got all the correct answers. Number 1, angle MST. So here is angle MST. You can use either of the two scales, but let me use the outer scale since this side is already pointing at 0. So let's see where the other side crosses. So it crosses 50, which means the measure of the angle is 50 degrees. Okay? And this angle can be classified as acute angle. Okay? Next, we have angle TSN. Angle T, S, and N. So since this side is already pointing at 0 in the inner scale, so I will be reading where the other side crosses the inner scale, and that is 130 degrees. And 130 degrees means that the angle is obtuse. Next, angle ASM. So where is angle ASM? Angle ASM. Okay, so I'll be using again the outer scale. So it's from 0 to this point. So this is between 10 and 20. We can assume that it's 5 units from 10. So that is 10 plus 5, which will give us 15 degrees. And 15 degrees is also an acute angle. Next, we have angle UST. Where is angle UST? Okay, we have here angle UST, but as you can see, none of the sides crosses 0 degree. Okay, so what we are going to do is to simply subtract the numbers where each side passes through. Okay, so let's see, I'll be using the outer scale for this. So this side passes through 140 while the other passes through 50. So that is 140 minus 50, and that will give us 90 degrees. Okay, and since the angle measures exactly 90, this is a right angle. Last, angle MSN. So angle MSN, as you can see, angle MSN forms a straight line, meaning this is a straight angle that measures exactly 180 degrees. Okay, I hope you got all the correct answers. Before I end this lesson, let me leave you an inspirational quote saying, "When a photographer can change a scene, he changes his angle and lens to capture the best of that scene." Similarly, when you can change a situation in your life, change your perspective and mindset to get the best out of that situation. So dear students, despite the global pandemic that we are facing for more than a year up to this day, we still try to look at the brighter side of life. Remember that during these trying times, we got closer to our family. We discovered new things about ourselves. And we learned to keep on fighting for our dreams. By looking at a different angle, we can still learn and grow to become the persons that we want to be. I hope you learned a lot from this lesson. This is Ma'am Sheila, your math teacher and study buddy, saying thank you and God bless.